Hello, you know me. My name's Trenton. I'm the founder and creator of the YouTube channel, Tregan Films. Turns 10 years old today, which is kind of fucking crazy. 10 years of making dumb videos for everyone to laugh and enjoy and cringe. Whatever form of enjoyment you get out of them is welcome. And I'm still making videos today and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So, I'm really excited to talk about today because we're going to be talking about all the projects that I've worked on, and I have a lot to talk about. And all the other people who've helped me with videos over the years are going to be in this video. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. I guess it's not a video, it's a movie, it's a documentary. And if people have been following the channel for a while, know the meme. I announced a movie years and years ago called the Tregan movie, and it never fucking released. I never finished it. It's lost media at this point. I've done like 3 different versions of it. Well, this is the official version, the Tregan movie. A Tregan Films 10-year anniversary documentary about everything. So, here it is. Well, first things to show you guys, for those who haven't been on the channel for long, some of this footage might be completely new to you, and I'm going to show scenes from certain videos in this, and some of it are just absolutely god-awful, and I apologize that you have to see it with your own eyes. So yeah, I guess first project that I want to talk about that I ever worked on was a series called The Mad Show. I got inspired to start making videos, starting with The Mad Show, from stuff like AVGN, Smosh, basically a whole bunch of different, YouTube channels similar to that. Joel Haver's definitely one of them. A whole bunch of them. For years, been working on videos. But those were the main ones. As time progressed, I was like, man, I really want to make videos just like that. So I made The Mad Show, and you know how good AVGN is, you know how good Smosh is. Let's see how good I replicated the formula.
Hi guys, it's me, Mad again, and today I'm going to be reacting to Quixels. Quickity Quixels. Well, I have the box right here. Sorry, let me just pick that up.
Well, that's that. The Mad Show is a series that I did 32 episodes of. It's camera held mostly by me, but eventually someone else holds the camera later on, and they don't have a character. It's really strange. There's barely any plot. There's barely any lore. It's like I want root beer or something, and I don't like 7-Up, and root beer gets banned or something, so I need to go to the root beer store to get the last bit of root beer.
Where is the root beer store?
It's under that rock you just picked up. That ant was the employee.
Ah!
The Mad Show is about a dude who runs out of root beer one day. He goes to the root beer store and there's no root beer. And then it turns into a clusterfuck fight between gods for some unfathomable reason.
It's essentially just, you're watching, like, 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds playing pretend. That's basically what it is. It's us playing pretend in front of the camera. At least for, like, the first, 14 episodes. And they are not on the channel anymore because they're bad, but you get to see some of them. I mean, I'm showing it to them while I'm talking to you.
Okay, let's pause it real quick. Let's pause this. Let me do a mention to the fourth wall real quick. My favorite character in the whole universe is Deadpool. Oh, it just got hit! Pause it again. Let me go out in space real quick. Move the ship. There we go. Back in my seat. And done.
There's a lot of memories I have from making it. One, we designed this really stupid lore that made no sense, where the universe was created over a bowl of mac and cheese that was never finished, and spoons are an ultimate weapon of power, and so are forks, and if you combine them together to make the spork and finish the rest of the mac and cheese, the world would end. Just very dumb, stupid shit.
Yeah, I had a spoon on me. I was like, fuck it, this is my weapon.
So Mad is obviously inspired from AVGN, where he's just pissed off about shit. That's literally it. And he wants to drink root beer because AVGN drank Rolling Rock beers, but obviously I was fucking 12, so I wanted root beer. Anyways, that's essentially the first series that I did. Very, very bad. But as it progressed, I started editing a bit more. Around the same time, I did a challenge for school called, I don't remember the name of the challenge, but some actual people from CBS, I think, came to our school. And it was a challenge where we had to make a public service announcement. And whoever won got a reward or something. Well, I did not so serious PSA for the challenge. This was a lot of fun. This was in 8th grade, if I remember correctly.
I remember rolling down that hill. I remember landing on my backpack. That was surprisingly uncomfortable. I mean, how would you feel if you landed on a heavy-duty backpack with plastic buckle straps? Literally everything you could shove in a locker. In my backpack. I was carrying around that backpack all day. It was a heavy backpack. It's I put it down softly and you could still hear it. Yeah, we did very well. I'm pretty sure we won. Didn't we win?
We won, which is kind of crazy. So, like, all the practice I got from making terrible, awful episodes of The Mad Show, I slowly taught myself with editing softwares until I eventually made Not So Serious PSA.
My backpack! Backpack!
At the time, I think the first video software I ever used was HitFilm Express. They were very good. They were free, completely free. Now they have a watermark on it, and they don't update it anymore, so they're horrible now. But back then, they didn't have a watermark, and it was a completely free thing, and it was great. And I was able to teach myself how to edit. So, yeah, we did some of the Mad Show stuff. I privated most of them out of embarrassment. Yeah, and then I just started doing more and more sketches. I did I think I did Not So Serious PSA 2 not too long after that. And Not So Serious PSA 2 was funny because while I was making Not So Serious PSA 2, I was on a phone call with Jonah, who's like my best friend, and he's also the cameraman for the channel. So if you're like, Jonah, who's that? I've never seen that guy before. He was always behind the camera most of the time. So he was there. Out of sight, out of mind. But working on that was funny because you can hear it in the audio recording because I didn't tell him to mute or anything. You can hear him trying not to laugh.
Hey guys, oh my god, I got this really expensive Pokemon card. You guys want to see it?
Pokemon cards. They are very easily bent.
Not So Serious PSA, that's a lot of fun. The Mad Show got a little bit better as it went. Did a snacks thing, which is still on the channel today, I think. Which is a clip from the Mad Show, like one of the last episodes that we did. And you can kind of see like the editing and stuff, and it's actually like coherent. Still not great, but better. Then eventually leads into Jimbo. I owe a lot to the Jimbo series. It's funny because looking back on it now, even the newer episodes are kind of cringy to me, but that's just me criticizing myself more than anything. But that was a lot of fun. It was a summer school project that I did with Colby, Nehemiah, and Patrick, and we just did videos for Jimbo. The first season was all done through summer school, and every time we got a summer school project, we would try to find some way to use the Jimbo character into it, and that's what would turn it into an episode. So, for instance, certain shots were required for the second episode. It was a project like, oh, you need to do this and this and this shots for this. So we were like, okay, cool. So it was like different camera angles that we needed to do for that project. So just some stuff like that. And I'm trying to remember in particular, there was Not So Serious PSA 3, which is like Twilight. That was actually an excerpt from a Jimbo episode we were going to do where Jimbo like hates Twilight. And it's still made fun of today. That's Jimbo narrating the third Not So Serious PSA.
This is Timmy, and he's going to binge watch the Twilight series.
So that's his actual feelings on Twilight. But we never did the actual full episode of it. But it's just like stuff like that. We'd always try to find the Jimbo character to use for projects, whatever. My summer school teacher fucking hated me. I don't know why. I got a C- in that class for doing Jimbo. Jokes on him. Jimbo is like my second most viewed series on the channel. has something like over 2,000 like views, like in with all the episodes combined. Like it's pretty good. So you know what? He can kick rocks, I say. I I really like the first season. It's very charming to me. It means a lot to me. And at the time, it was just gonna be like a mini series, like 6-part mini series, and that was gonna be it. So 2020, I start filming Jimbo stuff again for season 2, and boy howdy did I get it wrong so many times, and I redid season 2 like probably like 6 times until I eventually was satisfied with something and stuck to it. I started filming with my cousins, and it was a lot of fun. Jimbo, I don't even know how to describe Jimbo as a series. One of my friends described it as a Family Guy cutaway gag that just goes on for like 22 episodes. And you know what? Sure, that fits.
Hello, my name is Ashton Kimball. I also go by Fred Stein, but it's all me, still the same guy. I am the main animator on Tregan Films, and I've been around for almost 6 years. I dabbled in a few things before, like Jimbo the movie, but when I really became a big part of this channel is You're Hired and Muted Signal. Those are the main things that I'm known for and on this channel. Jimbo series. Whew. Honestly, it is our flagship series. Without a doubt, I think it encapsulates Tregan Films, the humor, the soul of the channel more than any other series that we have here. It's definitely, I like it more than the Help Shop. Not to skip forward in questions, but Jimbo is obviously, it has like 4 seasons plus a movie, of which I'm in the movie, if you didn't know. I'm very hard to recognize. My thoughts on the Jimbo series are simply just I love the humor to pieces. It's been here forever. Definitely, God, if you go back on the channel, oldest to newest, it's like something like the 10th upload. Like, it's really early in the Tregan Films catalog, and it has been sprinkled within these 10 years for so long, and it's so long running. And if you haven't given it a chance yet, I really encourage you to go watch it. I was standoffish. I don't hate Jimbo, but I gave it a chance, and I did watch it along with Trenton. He voluntold me to, but it was worth it. And, you know, honestly, I do stand by what I said. I do believe it is the soul of Tregan Films.
Alright, meat cart, here, have some salad.
No.
Have some salad.
I'm allergic to salad. No,
Have
wait.
some salad.
No, wait. I'm allergic
Have
to
some
salad.
salad. Have some salad. Have some... Oh! God, who made this? This is disgusting. Why would you feed me that? Why would you even suggest that? That was disgusting.
Jimbo's show is more action chaotic, whereas like Help Shop is story-based chaotic. See, Jimbo, he ends up, by the end of the show, ends up fighting a horse? Humanoid horse? It's just like, how did we get from repossessing a car that's not a car to fighting? It's like, what kind of regular show plot is this? It's like we go from mowing the lawn to helping a horse overtake the American government. It's like, what the
Jimbo is a troubled young man who has a brain disorder. I don't know, honestly. I mean, I've watched the entire series multiple times, but to give a single synopsis for all 4 seasons is kind of impossible. It's just the sheer volume of episodes and all the different directions you went with it. Like, I can group it into a genre. I can't, like, say that there's only one story arc.
Well, I mean, if I were to describe Jimbo as a character first, I'd say, he's pretty arrogant, but not in a negative sense. He doesn't have a lot of self-awareness, and that leads to a lot of fucking funny situations between him and other characters in the Jimbo series. And, whenever he's brought down by certain antagonists, he refuses to back down, and he has the ability to recollect himself and stand up for what he believes in, whether it's good or bad. He's also extremely durable. He gets thrown around a lot and beaten up a lot by some of the antagonists, but he manages to escape those situations with very few scratches, I would say. If I'm being honest, the dude might secretly be a genetically engineered humanoid from the fucking government. I don't know, man.
It's just someone who's dumb as rocks, named Jimbo. And he has like a self-ego problem where he doesn't want to admit that he's dumb or wrong, and it gets him into a lot of trouble constantly, all the time. And it doesn't take until the very end of the movie where he admits that he's wrong and annoying, and also admits that he's a serial killer because he ends up killing people in the series. So basically, it's just, the series is about this egotistical, annoying, like, absolute dumbass who by the end is like, oh, I'm a absolute annoying dumbass and I'm a serial killer. It's just someone learning how to self-reflect, I guess, if you want to actually like try, but it's really not that serious. I'm not gonna try to like be all like, I don't even know if this is the word, pessimistic or fucking I don't know. I'm not gonna try to like flex it like it's some like art piece. It's not. It's just a fun, silly show that I did that makes people laugh. So I did that for season 2, and then I did season 3 and 4, but later when reorganizing, I made season 3 and 4 one season. So season 3 is like 10 episodes. That was a lot of fun working on that. Huge project. That last season of Jimbo was a lot of fun. A lot of work. But the ending is satisfying, and I'm always worried to do more of Jimbo because of how good the endings are, whether you stop at the series or watch the movie. I could do more, and I already promised I would, because I have an idea. But after this idea that I do, I have no idea what else I'm going to do with this character. So if you have any suggestions, let me know down below, because I like the idea of doing more. I just don't know what I'm going to do. And I don't want to, puppeteer a dead, rotting corpse. So Jimbo ran for a really long time. The finale of Jimbo, specifically titled Jimbo Ends, is probably the second biggest live action project I've done, next to Jimbo the movie and the Help Shop finale. This ups the Help Shop finale a little bit just because of the way it's filmed. It's filmed with different shots instead of just being free cam the entire time. Sometimes it is, but there's different shots and stuff used in Jimbo. That was insane. If I remember correctly, there was certain struggles we had in production on filming. We only had a certain amount of time before the sun went down. I had to put fake blood in my mouth because for the punches or whatever, and I would give the camera crew and my friend Michael, who was wearing the horse costume, and I was like, okay, punch me this way, and then I'll do it like this because it's not scripted. And Michael's like, okay. And so I was like, all right, I got it. So then I'd put the fake blood in my mouth, and then they'd be like, wait, I have a question. And I'm like, we only have a certain amount of fake blood. We barely have a budget, so we can't just buy more. I had this fake
3,
blood in my
2,
mouth, and now I'm
1,
having
action.
to mind direct going,
Yeah. Fucking hottest day of the fucking year. I'm wearing a 3-piece suit because I'm the detective in the episode. And, well, I usually wear suits. At least I did. And my shoes start fucking melting. It's so fucking crazy. Cause we got done filming the finale episode. I was wearing the same outfit, and it was the fucking hottest day of the year. Then we go to film the movie, and it's fucking freezing, and I don't have like a shirt or anything under the button-up shirt, so the wind blowing's just like going between the buttons and like fucking freezing me. It's the worst trouble that I've had filming with you is those final 2 episodes. Well, the final episode in the movie. But I still think that it's one of the best projects we ever made. I just I miss my shoes.
And then when we're beheading the horse, I had to we stuffed like sweaters, shirts, socks, a whole bunch of shit in there. And then to make the horse head like seem like there's a head on top of it. But then I took the horse jacket, zipped it up till it was over my head like so. And then we put the horse head on top of my head and was like bouncing it off. And then my friend Stanley was over holding the car with his with the Jimbo sweatshirt on he was wearing, and he hit it off my head.
Go.
Am I hitting away or towards?
Towards. Or wait, I mean, are you hitting it away from the camera or towards the camera? The head.
Like you start where the camera is and then towards the head.
No, I mean, where's the head landing?
Where's the head being punched off?
Like that.
So I'm punching with my left hand.
Yeah.
Can you see my face in the picture? No, you're good.
Again, just stuff like that. It's like you don't think it'd be as hard as it is, but it is. The reason why that was hard is because that horse head would not stay on top of my fucking head. That shit kept falling off. But eventually we did get it.
The Help Shop, also known as The Help Shop, and also referred to by some as The Help Shop. It is a shop in which you help people. I'm not going to give you a synopsis. Okay, maybe I will. The Help Shop is basically a bunch of guys who are idiots basically being like, hey, you need help? I'm going to help you. And then they don't help you, but they try, but they're terrible at it. So, you know, it's funny. Kind of in the same vein of Jimbo. It's a very easy to understand. The Tregan film's comedy style from The Help Shop.
And it's gone. I need help finding it.
Where do we find this?
In Egypt.
Where in Egypt?
The pyramid.
Where? What pyramid?
The giant freaking pyramid. You walk in, you'll see them.
What pyramid specifically?
The big one.
The one that looks like this? That's a pyramid.
Is he okay?
Yes.
I don't even know if I'm okay half the time.
I don't like it as much, and Trenton knows that. I'm sorry, Trenton. It's not that I hate it. It's never that I hated it. It's just not my kind of show. I much prefer Jimbo.
The Help Shop seasons 1 through 3, in what felt like a span of, I want to say, just like 2 years. I think I did both seasons, which is insane, by the way. We were recording so many episodes of that series at a time. The challenge of the Help Shop was filming a show in one shot almost, but like making some cuts in the middle. That was the challenge of the Help Shop until in later seasons where it changed a little bit. And the Help Shop is pretty good. There's some downsides to it. It hasn't aged the best. But I can always look back on that one and giggle because we did that for film club. That's the film club room that we film in during high school. The series is essentially about Mad, who I brought back from the grave, but he's like completely different. He's nothing like he was in the Mad Show. Instead, he's a scam artist, and he's acting stupid to steal people's money.
Why'd you close the door?
You're staying here. You think you can just leave?
Yes. Sorry. I thought I could. You guys are little weaklings. Anyway, what?
What?
What are you doing? Why am I on the floor?
You're our new employee now, because we're broke and we can't afford to actually hire or pay anybody.
How much do I get paid?
Nothing.
$0.00.
Can I leave?
No.
So, slavery.
No.
Then what would you call this?
You're volunteering to be our employee.
I never consented to this.
You will.
You will.
How?
Let me show you.
You can't actually pick me up. Oh my gosh, you can't.
It was all improv. Nothing we do is scripted. We don't script anything. But that was a lot of fun working on that. And there's like the scammer, and then we have like markers, and the markers are like special abilities, and they're called plot armors because they're in a show. They're like stuck in a show, and there's lots of hints towards that they're stuck in a show and they don't know it. And the plot armor is essentially like, it's a physical thing where like in like other shows it's like, oh this dude can't die, he has plot armor. Well, if you have plot armor, you can kill things and also not be killed if you're holding one. So it's essentially just like that, but in a physical form, and they're just expo markers for no reason other than it was a school and we had a lot of expo markers. That's what we used because we don't have a budget on anything. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun doing that, throwing expo markers around, blowing up the scammer, and the best special effects ever seen since Infinity War and Avatar, The Way of Water. That looks so good.
Get your pitchforks out, get ready to burn the animator. But no, I still love the Help Shop. It's not a thing of like Jimbo's 9 out of 10 and Help Shop's 2. I do not hate it. The Help Shop definitely has some of my favorite jokes in it, like the Plot Armor Expo is hilarious. I love the way some of them die. Spoiler. And the final fight! Oh my god! Okay, the final fight with like the who is it? I know him as Andrew, but I forget his name in the show. I'm a bad fan, I know. But Andrew in the show, when he sticks it in between his legs and like nuclear blasts everyone. Not everyone, but like, you know, he hits a lot of people. It's hilarious! So, as much as I hate on the Help Shop, it is really amazing. And granted, just the same as Jimbo. Jimbo went on past high school, but the Help Shop and all of these series were made in high school. I feel like we don't get enough props for that. That all this stuff was made by kids. Do you know how many seasons there are of this stuff? Dude, Trenton is doing some mad, like, storytelling at the age of, like, 16. Props to you, Trenton. I'm looking at the camera, but I'm looking at Trenton in my head, because in my head he's right there. But, no, seriously, Help Shop's awesome. Go watch it. I have no time for it as an answer. Go watch it.
I'm pretty sure the first things that we started working on together was the Help Shop. I feel like my role on the Help Shop wasn't the best. It's just... I had that tendency of smiling so much on camera. How would you describe, like, what is Mad's professional experience? Should I say con artist turned businessman? I remember my first episode. Do you remember my first episode? I had no fucking idea what I was doing. Also, my bag that we used as a prop to knock Bob and Matt out was heavy as fuck. I don't know how hard I hit you guys, or if I actually hit you, but it was a really heavy backpack. That episode had really bad audio because it was a really windy day outside, and we were borrowing equipment from the high school at the time. And the equipment that we had an attached microphone, but it didn't have like a dead cat or anything, so there was no wind protection. If we were to go back and do it again, I think it would be beneficial to have like separate boom mics on the handheld stands. That was a big issue. I think that also might have happened a little bit on the grand finale episode.
Muted signal and you're hired. Muted signal and you're hired. Woo! Those are my two big boys. That's definitely what I'm known for here on this channel, other than Eugene. But if we're going to talk about You're Hired and Muted Signal, they are the two cartoons that I have made on this platform that I call Tregan Films, because that's what it's called, and you call people by their names. So it's You're Hired was for a bit of a history lesson, I might ramble. You're Hired was kind of made on a whim between me and Trenton, being like, I started making cartoons on a separate channel. I knew Trenton in high school because we went to the same high school and middle school. I need to get my facts straight. I found out about Trenton existing in middle school. I knew him in middle school. In fact, if I'm allowed to share it, he had a crush on my cousin. So I knew that. I knew him for that. But quickly found out that he and I were the same kind of guy, right? Creatives who just wanted to make things. I didn't know about Tregan Films yet until I got to high school, in which we were kind of vaguely, we respected each other, we knew of each other. I didn't really go to film club, and I didn't really hang out with them, but something changed when I started making my own stuff. And if you don't know, which you probably don't know, I ran a channel called Old Kings Films. Just a little like portfolio, basically, YouTube channel where I made a few short films, like 2, some stop motion stuff. But what's most important is the thing that got Trenton's eyes on me is I made kind of like an ad break cartoon show in the middle of my stop motion stuff. It's called Colin's Castle, and the cartoon was called B-Bro and Fox Guy. And what it was pencil 2D animations that I did on my Mac, my very old Mac, which I still use. Don't talk to me about it. It's old. It still works. I'm not getting rid of it. But anyway, yeah, I made this cartoon, and obviously I showed it off because, hey, look, I'm an animator at like 14 years old. Of course I'm going to show it off, right? So I eventually get Trenton's eyes on it, and he's like, oh my god, that's so cool! It was like 2 frames per second, but he was so giddy, and so was I, to be fair. And we immediately got to talking more, and we got to be like friends more, and we're like, dude, you can animate? I've always wanted to make a cartoon show. That's what Trenton said to me. And I'm like, dude, me too. That's why I made that. And he's like, we gotta do this. Because he and I both knew we were pretty good at improv. So we were like, okay, here's the date. We're gonna get on a Discord call and we're gonna do something. And I said, all right, I got my mic. Let's do this. So You're Hired started as our first collaboration. And what it was is, it was literally just like one Discord call. That whole first episode, we re-recorded it for the official episode, but there's what's it called, storyboarded animatic version that nobody's really seen, where it's that original Discord call, and it's us just going on and on and on, and I'm doing my Steve voice, and it's not perfect yet.
The paying guideline.
Community paying guideline.
Yes, you see, instead of money, you get paid in straws.
I don't think. I don't. Oh. So, do customers come in and they give you straws?
No, they give us money. What do you think? They give us straws all the time? No, that's not how it works.
But it's wonderful, and the creativity was amazing. And it eventually spawned into You're Hired, and that's season 1, which is amazing. It's still one of our best series today, alongside Jimbo and all the others, right? And, you know, You're Hired was such an inspiration to work on. Because finally, I got a little bit of legitimacy. We got a little bit of legitimacy. We got our cartoon show. And it was so cool. And then eventually that spawned into Muted Signal, which I talked to Trenton about. And I was like, hey man, I know we're working on You're Hired, but like, I got this idea for a cartoon that's a horror series. And I sent him a few pictures of me working on it. And he was like, dude, I want to upload this. I'm ranting, but like, I originally planned on just uploading it on my channel. And had I done that, I don't think it would have nearly seen the popularity that it did. And I thank you all for liking it so much, because I like it too. But yeah, it all spawned from one silly cartoon I made with, well, I took like photos of real life on a cheap GoPro and drew over it. And Trenton thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it eventually went into You're Hired. Funnily enough, I used Krita, not Pencil 2D.
I think that what makes channels like Tregan Film so special is they're filled with individuals who actually want to create things. They're not filled with individuals who are out to fucking make billions of dollars without giving it any back to the community or anything. It reminds me a lot of channels like Rocket Jump, if you've heard of that. Just people that started off like with no hope of actually doing a lot and building stuff out of nothing. I want to thank them for sticking with us for so long. It's been over 10 long years. It's not something that you can just overlook. So if anyone's still with us from like the very first days, I want to thank them, because you know, they made everything possible.
I don't know. All I can say is that it's good. It shows promise. He's putting in a lot of effort to actually do something on YouTube that he finds interesting and he would like to do. It's all, by all definitions, art. It is an art form. Currently, these days, it's something that's not going very well in that department.
Anyway, in terms of your channel, the Tregan Films channel it's special because, it stands out among most other filmmaking channels. It has an extremely talented director and writer behind the videos and series, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, like you said. And, I'd say people can watch multiple videos in a row for hours without getting bored. Much of the content is extremely funny, which gives viewers a positive and uplifting feeling whenever they visit the channel. I also want to highlight how talented the actors and actresses are. Their performances bring the videos to life with great timing, chemistry between each other, and some impressive range in terms of their acting. Whether it's comedy or something more serious, they always deliver with energy and authenticity.
Tregan Films is a very low budget channel. We have made pretty much everything for close to $0. And for most of it, it has been made on just pure creativity and love of the game. All those cartoons I made, did it by myself. I drew it all. All those Jimbo seasons and all that, Trenton edited it all. He filmed it all. He had cameramen. But it's all because of these amazing people that decided this was important enough to make and to share. And Tregan Films, much like many other small channels that I've seen amazing stuff come out of, what we really want to do is show off our cool stuff. And it's a habit of mine. Anytime I find some kind of cool cartoon guy or a cool low budget guy, oh, you better believe I'm trying to talk to him. If he's got under like 200 subscribers or around there, oh, I'm talking to them because I want their work to be seen. Tregan Films, and my motto is very much, I don't care who you are. This industry, this Hollywood stuff, they skip over a lot of the little guys. All of them. It's all about who you can exploit to get that level of fame. And it's leaving a lot of us guys, a lot of us, kind of stranded in the wastelands, and I don't really mess with that. I see all these people and I love them to death. I love what we do on Tregan Films. I love what other creators are doing. And I believe they deserve more viewership. But that's another problem. That's algorithm stuff. I'm not going to talk about that. But the reason Tregan Films and other channels like this are so important is because they give you something that you would never find in something more mainstream or cookie cutter-ish. They give you just raw creativity. They give you exactly what the creator's thinking. Uninhabited, undisturbed by the factors of how can I make money off of this. They do it just because they want to. And that's the same reason I do it. That's the same reason Trenton does it. And that's why we're waking up every single day trying and doing our best, despite having no money, to show you and entertain you in these terrible times. Because if we don't do it, no one else is going to do it. And you know what? It makes me happy. It makes the whole Tregan Films family happy to know that you woke up and smiled at our stupid joke. Because you know what? We thought of it on the whim, and it was hilarious. So I guess as a parting words, thank you very much for supporting this channel for 10 years. And on a more personal note, thank you for supporting me for 6 years. I'll be here for another 500, no matter the outcome, because I love doing this. I love you all. Thank you.
Well, I think channels like yours and my channel are very important, especially against things like the algorithm. People need to make like daily uploads and all this stuff. YouTube, when it was first conceived, was about you, right? It's
not so much anymore.
And I feel like that message has been lost, and it's been lost for a long time. So I think it's important for channels like Blue Roundabout or Tregan Films or whatever. But I think it's important for just keeping like the original DNA of YouTube alive. I'm not giving up anytime soon unless YouTube asks for my ID. Then I give up. But until then, I am fine just making what I want to make. I don't want to make vlogs. I don't really want to make gaming videos. I don't really want to
anything that I put out is stuff that I want to make.
Hi, everybody. Happy 4th of July.
So right now,
At least I can spell.